97% of people over 50 make these life-ruining mistakes. Learn what they are. Have you ever looked back and thought, if only I had known this earlier? You're not alone. For many people over 50, that thought becomes a painful echo. At this stage in life, wisdom is supposed to guide us. But the truth is 97% of people over 50 are making critical mistakes that quietly ruin their quality of life. Today, we're going to break the silence. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just the straight truth about the most damaging mistakes that are robbing people of their happiness, health, and financial security after 50. Let's get into it. Point 1. Neglecting health until it's too late. The most common, and arguably the most dangerous mistake, is ignoring health. After 50, the body changes, but too many people continue living as if they're 30. They skip annual checkups, they avoid movement, they brush off warning signs, chest pains, fatigue, forgetfulness, till they land in the hospital or get diagnosed with something they could have prevented years ago. The problem? Health isn't a switch you can flip once things go wrong. It's a long-term investment. After 50, your bones need strength training, your heart needs cardio, your brain needs stimulation and good fats. Most people wait until there's a crisis before they act, and by then, it's damage control. 2. Believing it's too late to start over. Another major mistake is falling into the trap of thinking it's too late. Too late to start a business, too late to learn a skill, too late to change careers, too late to travel, too late to fall in love again. This belief quietly kills ambition, purpose, and mental well-being. The truth: some of the most successful people didn't even get started until their 50s or 60s. Colonel Sanders founded KFC at 65. Grandma Moses didn't pick up a paintbrush until her 70s. The real tragedy isn't failure, it's giving up before you try. 3. Mismanaging finances and retirement. Financial mistakes hit hard after 50. Why? Because recovery time is short. Most people overestimate their savings and underestimate expenses. They retire too early without enough savings, or they stay stuck in the accumulation mindset and fail to switch to a withdrawal strategy that protects their money. Many still don't understand compound interest, inflation, or the hidden costs of long-term care. Worse, some fall for scams, risky investments, or support adult children financially to their own detriment. Others never create a will or living trust, leaving their families in chaos. If you don't have a clear, personalized retirement plan by 50, you're gambling with your future. 4. Ignoring mental health and social connection. As we age, the world shrinks. Retirement, children moving away, friends passing on. Loneliness becomes a silent killer, yet many ignore their emotional needs. They bottle up stress, they pretend they're fine, they stay isolated, thinking it's normal. But depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline don't just go away. Social connection, hobbies, conversation, volunteering, and therapy matter more than ever after 50. The worst mistake: believing mental health is something you only worry about when you're younger. It's not. It's a lifelong need. 5. Living in the past after 50. Nostalgia can be a comforting place, but it can also be a trap. Many people get stuck reliving their glory days or obsessing over regrets. They constantly compare the present to how things used to be. This mindset creates bitterness. It stops growth. It blurs opportunities right in front of them. You cannot build a better future if you're anchored to the past. Reflection is healthy. Obsession is destructive. 6. Refusing to adapt to change. The world is changing fast. Technology, communication, jobs, even relationships. Yet many over 50 cling to the idea that their way is the only way. They mock smartphones, Avoid online banking, dismiss social media, or scoff at new trends and ideas. But refusing to adapt doesn't stop the world from moving forward. It only leaves you behind. Adaptability is not about changing who you are, it's about staying connected, relevant, and mentally agile. The biggest mistake: letting pride keep you from learning. 7. Letting relationships decay. Many over 50 assume long-term relationships don't need attention. Marriages become stale, friendships fade, family bonds grow distant, and before they know it, they're surrounded by silence. The truth: relationships need ongoing care, conversation, curiosity, affection, forgiveness. If you stop watering a plant, it dies. The same goes for love. Divorces after 50 are on the rise, and it's not because of sudden incompatibility. It's usually a slow erosion that went ignored for decades. 8. Living without purpose. One of the most overlooked but devastating mistakes is losing a sense of purpose. After retirement or children leave home, many people feel useless. They wake up with no direction, they drift. This leads to depression, substance abuse, even early death. Human beings need purpose like they need oxygen. You don't need a job title to have a purpose. It might be mentoring others, creating something new, learning, teaching, helping. Building purpose is what makes life feel worth living. 9. Ignoring. Legacy planning. Your life experience, your values, your wealthy. It all means little if it's not passed on intentionally. Most people over 50 don't have a written legacy. They haven't recorded family stories. They haven't written letters to their grandchildren. They haven't explained the lessons they've learned. Legacy isn't just about money, it's about meaning. The mistake: letting it all disappear with you. 10. Thinking aging is the end, not the beginning. Lastly, the most fatal mindset of all: seeing aging as decline rather than evolution. Many people start to check out emotionally and mentally. They stop trying. They stop dreaming. They wait for the end. But this phase of life can be your most powerful, creative, and fulfilling chapter if you choose it. Your time, your wisdom, your freedom, it's a gift. Don't waste it. Let's continue. So you've seen the common traps, the patterns that quietly sabotage the lives of millions over 50. But knowing the mistakes isn't enough. Knowledge without action is just potential wasted. This next part is about what to do now. How do you shift gears? What specific steps can you take to reclaim control, reignite purpose, and protect the years ahead? It begins with one principle: intentional living. For too long, many people let life happen to them. Days blur together. Routines replace goals. Surviving replaces living. But this phase of life demands more. It demands conscious choices, daily discipline, and courage to let go of what no longer serves you. Let's break this down, area by area. 1. Rebuilding physical health. One habit at a time. Start with your body, because if you don't have your health, everything else becomes harder. Don't overwhelm yourself with impossible goals. Just begin. Wake up and stretch. Walk every day. Cut your sugar intake. Start strength training, even with just body weight exercises. Learn about anti-inflammatory foods. Get your blood work done regularly. Focus on gut health, hydration, sleep, muscle preservation, and get real about medications. Ask your doctor what can be reduced through lifestyle changes. Understand what you're taking and why. Remember, energy is earned, not gifted. 2. Creating a new financial blueprint. You've earned money for decades. Now it's time to make it work for you. Meet with a fiduciary, not just a financial advisor who sells products, but someone legally obligated to put your interests first. Review your retirement strategy. Do you have enough income streams? Is your investment mix too risky or too conservative? Are you protected against long-term care costs? Learn about Roth conversions. Learn about the difference between taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free accounts. Rebalance your portfolio. Consider part-time work that you enjoy to ease the drawdown on your savings, and most importantly, cut financial dependence. If adult children are draining your retirement, it's time to set boundaries with love and clarity. Money mistakes after 50 are harder to recover from, but wise adjustments can create financial peace. 3. Rekindling your relationships with intention. Every meaningful relationship requires effort, and right now, it's time to check in. When's the last time you truly listened to your partner without distractions, without assumptions? When's the last time you called an old friend just to say you appreciate them? When's the last time you asked your adult child how they're really doing? Reconnection doesn't require grand gestures. It begins with presence, honesty, vulnerability. Sometimes it means apologizing first. Sometimes it means being curious again, instead of assuming you know everything about someone. And if you're alone, not by choice, but by circumstance, start building new connections. Join groups, volunteer, take classes, go to local events. Loneliness grows in silence. Community grows in effort. 4. Training the mind, not just the memory. Mental decline isn't inevitable, but it is preventable if you train your brain. Read daily. Not just light entertainments. Challenge yourself. Learn a new language. Play instruments. Solve puzzles. Try things that frustrate you a little. That's where the brain grows. Also, examine your mindset. Are you stuck in scarcity, in regret? Are you replaying the same story over and over again? Start journaling. Start meditating. Talk to a therapist if needed, not because something's wrong, but because growth is worth investing in. Protect your cognitive health, because your mind, more than your age, determines your reality. Point 5. Reclaiming a sense of purpose. Purpose is the fuel that makes all other actions meaningful. And no, it doesn't have to be some grand mission. It could be mentoring young people in your industry. It could be writing your life story for your grandchildren. It could be volunteering at a shelter, learning photography, teaching a skill you've mastered, starting a local club. Purpose is about contributing beyond yourself. It's about using your wisdom to make something better for others, and for you. When you wake up with purpose, time slows down, meaning expands, depression shrinks. Ask yourself, what do I care about that's bigger than me? 6. Letting go of what no longer serves you. By now, you've collected habits, beliefs, routines, even relationships, some of which have expired. You don't need to carry them anymore. Let go of the grudge you've held for 20 years. Let go of the story that you're too old to change. Let go of the guilt for mistakes you made as a parent. Let go of the fear of failure. Instead, practice forgiveness. Begin again. Write a new chapter. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are the author of your present. 7. Embracing change as your ally, not your enemy. Most people resist change because it feels like loss. But change is not loss. Change is evolution. After 50, you've earned the right to live on your own terms. But that means adapting to new ones too. Learn how to use new technology. Stay informed. Get on social platforms that help you connect with family. Protect yourself online. Yes, but don't isolate yourself offline. Explore new music. Try new foods. Travel. Question your assumptions. Stay curious. If you stop changing, you stop growing. And if you stop growing, you begin fading. That's not your destiny, unless you choose it. 8. Building your legacy. Intentionality. Let your story end with silence. Write your values. Record your voice. Create a family archive. Pass on life lessons, not just possessions. What do you want your grandchildren to remember you for? What kind of wisdom do you want to live on? It's not about fame, it's about impact. Legacy isn't created by accident. It's sculpted moment by moment, by someone who knows that their life still matters. You are that someone. Final thoughts. This chapter of life can be your most vibrant, most fulfilling, and most powerful yet, but it won't happen automatically. You must be willing to look at your life honestly, without shame, to admit what isn't working, to let go of the habits that are holding you back, to replace them with new ones, to dream again, to lead your life, not just drift through it. The clock is ticking, yes, but the game isn't over. You've still got time, more than you think. So ask yourself right now, what do I want the rest of my life to stand for? What is one small thing I can change today? What am I no longer willing to tolerate? And who do I want to become from this point forward? Because in the end, it's not about the mistakes we made, it's about the choices we make next, and your next choice could change everything.